Here, at the Har Etzion Yeshiva, situated along that very path which the patriarchs traveled, we seek to fulfill and apply this objective within the context of contemporary Jewish life. 1948, a sorrowful scene. Etzion block residents battle for the defense of Jerusalem. Men and women, young and old, poorly armed and cut off from the Jewish rearguard, attempt to fight off the thousands of Arabs who surround them. On May the 14th, the eve of Israel's independence, the Etzion block falls. Kfar Etzion is crushed, its defenders slaughtered. The remaining Etzion block villages are conquered and their inhabitants taken captive by the Arab Legion. 1967, the Six-Day War. The land of Israel is united once again. Israeli troops reach the ruins of Kfar Etzion. Impelled by their solemn oath and fierce longing, Etzion block children return to their liberated ancestral home. They build houses, plow fields, and plant new trees where old ones had been uprooted. Atop the highest mountain, they establish the Har Etzion Hesder Yeshiva, thus realizing their parents' oath to the very fullest. Now the sound of Torah reverberates throughout the hills of the Etzion block. The Har Etzion Yeshiva's hilltop location is truly symbolic of its status as a high point of Jewish life in Israel. The Har Etzion Yeshiva is not only the largest of all Hesder Yeshivot in Israel, but is also equally outstanding for its unique educational program and its success in laying a pathway and imparting the spiritual heritage of the Etzion block founders to all of its students. Individual personality development for each and every student is an integral part of the yeshiva's comprehensive educational concept. While the primary emphasis is on traditional Talmudic studies, there are, in addition, classes in Bible, Jewish philosophy, as well as lectures and tours related to the geography of Israel. Graduates of the Har Etzion Yeshiva enter the world as learned, cultured Jews with broad horizons. 117 young men from 22 cities in 13 foreign countries rub shoulders with 326 Israeli students at the Har Etzion Yeshiva. A living fulfillment of the biblical passage, and I bore you up on eagle's wings and brought you unto myself.
My name is David Greenberg. I'm from New York, and I'm a second-year student in this yeshiva. The reasons I think this yeshiva is so special and why I came back for a second year and why I came here in the first place is because the overall atmosphere, the atmosphere created by Roshei Yeshiva, who are, I can't stress enough how special they are, the model of Torah living and learning on a level which is really incredible. The atmosphere created by the older guys, the Israelis, living with Israelis, the feeling one gets from that. And certainly I can say for my fellow Americans, really a lovely bunch of people and really a pleasure to live with and to learn with. I think also the physical beauty of the yeshiva itself is incredible. One looks around the base medrash, almost in awe. In the Hebron Hills, the history of living here. It's really put together. The whole atmosphere is a very, very special experience. And that's why I'm here.
Hi, Jim! Jimmy! Go!
The yeshiva's well-appointed campus enables students, both American and Israeli alike, to relax and keep in shape by engaging in sports during their occasional off hours. A well-known ancient proverb declares that without flour, there is no Torah. This surely holds true at Har Etzion. The quiet and decorum which prevail in the dining hall are characteristic of Har Etzion. Good manners are part of the experience which every yeshiva student undergoes.
He takes care of the student body and stuff like that, and they have organizations. And it's very nice. He just started it this year.
Dear Ma, did you ever dream you'd see me like this? Yes, Mother dear, this is my weekly kitchen duty. You'll be even more surprised to learn that I even enjoy it and have never tried to get out of doing my share. I get high marks from Miriam, who's in charge of the kitchen. She says I'm doing nicely, and that I haven't broken a single plate. Yet.
You also got your picture back, huh?
You can start training my kid brother Jonathan in dishwashing, so he'll be ready when he comes here next year.
NYU, he's the Red Sox. And then a friend of my sister lives in Yerushalayim, lives in Kiryat Moshe.
If you had to relive your school days today, you might be blessed with a teacher who graduated from the Jacob Herzog Teachers Institute at Har Etzion. Ira Wallerstein of Boston, a third-year student at the Institute, considers his role as a teacher to be both a personal and a national objective. The Institute has also trained him in methodology, teaching systems, educational psychology, and Land of Israel studies. Ira and his colleagues will pass on this knowledge to all those fortunate enough to be among their students, whether in Durban, South Africa, Basel, Switzerland, Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, Liverpool, England, Sydney, Australia, or Phoenix, Arizona. The Institute faculty comprises superb educators whose lectures are supplemented by the latest in sophisticated teaching aids. Students acquire their practical experience at schools throughout Israel. The Rosh Yeshiva, Dr. Rabbi Aaron Lichtenstein.
We certainly emphasize Gemara, Talmud, but also assign significance to the study of Tanakh, Bible, and Jewish thought. But the range is beyond that, has to do with the aims which we have for ourselves and the kind of methods that we employ. We strive to attain a balance between what sometimes may be seen as rather conflicting aims. On the one hand, we want to develop very significant intellectual rigor, but at the same time to mold sensitivity at a personal level, to give students a sense of the centrality of Torah, and yet an appreciation of that which lies somewhat outside of it, at least in the direct sense. To have them focus upon their own development, and at the same time to be very acute of the responsibility to the public.
Har Etzion combines Torah with a moral and national duty of military service. Israeli students of Har Etzion spend as much as a year and a half serving in elite units of the Israel Defense Forces. 14 Har Etzion yeshiva students were sacrificed in battle as they fought to defend the state of Israel. A memorial tablet at the entrance to Har Etzion bears the names of the fallen. For they cried to God in the battle, and he was entreated of them because they put their trust in him. The special character of Har Etzion yeshiva students is evident in their military service as well. The commanders of the Israel Defense Forces are always eager to have yeshiva students in their units. It is common knowledge that Hester yeshiva soldiers are outstanding both in training and in battle, and benefit from particularly high morale. Many of the Har Etzion yeshiva students have gone through officers' candidate training and become excellent commanders themselves. Even during their army service, the boys never cease studying Torah. The Rosh Yeshiva visit and teach their students at their military bases. The Torah is a light unto our lives. Etzion block residents are used to seeing the Shiva's lights burning throughout the night. In the library at 11:15 p.m., we met Yigal and Dror, Yossi and Oren, Ephraim and Michael, eagerly searching through the card catalogue and examining the numerous reference books at their disposal. The occasional kumsitz, the evening get-together, is also a feature of yeshiva life. The counselor's home is open house for all the students. So, take off your shoes, relax, play with the counselor's baby, burst into song. That's the way a close-knit group is formed. Pour out your heart, speak freely, ask questions, seek answers, and listen to the stories of second and third-year students who have already gained experience at the yeshiva. The counselors, teachers, rabbis, and Rosh Yeshiva do not serve only as lecturers, but also as personal examples for students who turn to them with all their problems. Is it any wonder that Har Etzion yeshiva students are renowned for their institutional loyalty and pride?
it's very intellectual here, and they don't let their emotion get in the way of any truth. They search for the truth, not just emotional feelings. And if there are very strong political feelings here, even if there are, they will still argue intellectually. And nobody drums into you what you have to believe, nobody drums into you what political stance to take. The Yahadut which you come out with here is the Yahadut which you've discovered for yourself from the actual sources.
The Rosh Yeshiva, Rabbi Yehuda Amital. We seek to educate two types of people. First of all, we're concerned with leadership. Talented young people, well educated in Torah, who will assume their place among the leaders of the nation. They will excel not only in scholarship and knowledge, but also in their concern and involvement with the public. They will dwell throughout the land of Israel, sensing the heartbeat of the nation and keenly aware of all that transpires in the Jewish state. This is the active component of our overall objectives. If you seek friendship and togetherness, ethics and education, military service and culture, frankness and concern, Judaism and continuity, Torah scholarship and practical application, then come to Har Etzion and witness the splendor of Torah in a magnificent setting. Bless the Lord, O my soul, and forget not all his benefits, who redeemeth thy life from destruction, who crowneth thee with loving kindness and tender mercies, who satisfieth with good things, so that thy youth is renewed like the eagle's.